red alert, yeah. Got the dirt on my soul, no grandstanding. Red alert, get your body hold 12 lurk. If I shoot, I murk, get yourself so touched. Red alert, where the angels clutch heat, where the halos rust, and the ops rush, but the prayers ain't much. Red alert, get your body hold 12 lurk. If I shoot, I murk, get yourself so touched. Red alert, where the angels clutch heat, where the halos rust, and the ops rush, but the prayers ain't much. Red alert, get your body hold 12 lurk. If I shoot, I murk, get yourself so touched. Red alert, where the angels clutch heat, where the halos rust, and the ops rush, but the prayers ain't much. Red alert, get your body hold 12 lurk. If I shoot, I murk, get yourself so touched. Red alert, where the angels clutch heat, where the halos rust, and the ops rush, but the prayers ain't much. Don't mess. All right, that's enough of that. Hey, look, I had to go ahead and get wound up for this one right here because the reason why I got to get so wound up, I got to get so fired up because it's not about to go down. Listen, 2 minutes in, sorry it took me so long, but I got to bring y'all this news, bro. This big news, bro. This is monumental. It's gargantuan. It's gigantic. It's the most wonderful thing you ever heard. Yes, I'm bringing you news. I'm bringing you very big news. It's the most amazing news you ever thought you heard. I never seen such amazing news like this before. Matter of fact, it's the most wonderfulest news in the news whole world. And I'm trying to tell you, the Houston Rockets are not going to be doing shit all off season. Listen, I hate to rain on your parade, and you know what I'm saying, I'm not here to just make up shit. I don't. I mean, I do in my mind, but I'm also gonna bring you the real like it is. This is going to be one of the most boring off seasons in the history of basketball in Houston. I mean, literally, we are going to sit by and watch the rest of the league do tons of shit, and the media make up these sensationalized stories about hypotheticals and stuff in the future and keep recycling the same topic over and over and over again while it's probably going to be a bunch of, rinse and repeat. Rinse, repeat, Giannis. Rinse, repeat, or the Rockets championship team. Rinse, repeat, or email Doka. Rinse, repeat, Rockets keep Giannis. Rinse, repeat. But listen, it is about as likely that the Rockets make a, another big move this offseason as it is that the Rockets bring LeBron James to Houston. So, since it's nothing else to talk about, let's talk about if the Rockets can bring LeBron James to Houston. I mean, look, obviously we know that's not the likelihood is like probably like 1%. But I think before the draft, actually before we gave up the number 10 pick, the likelihood of pairing KD and LeBron together could have been like 15 to 20%. Because we don't know that LeBron wants to stay there and be Luca's sidekick. What I saw last year was LeBron very frustrated with Luca's effort and hanging him out to dry. We've seen LeBron hang players out to dry before. He just give them the ball and say, "Okay, I'm not going to run myself to death. You run yourself to death. You try to score. Now you run back down here and play defense full time. Now you try to score again, and I'm gonna just get out the way and let you hang yourself." And I think that LeBron probably could leave LA if he wanted to. I mean, not that he wanted to uproot his kids, but it's only what, two? Two little. One finna go to college, I think, and then the other one is a baby. So be one in Savannah. I mean, his wife. Should I say keep the name? But anyway, um, the the point I'm making is that what is it that Luca needs the most to be successful? Is it LeBron or is it a 7-2 center that's a loud threat that can play defense? What is it that we missed out on this year in the draft? A 7-2 center, defensive presence, loud threat. Would Kaman Malawa been the perfect center for Luca? Is it possible that the Lakers would have traded or that LeBron could have signed with Houston? And I mean, he still can sign with Houston. Don't get me wrong, he's a free agent in it. But, maybe he does a sign and trade and we send that number 10 and Fred Van Bleep and something to, you know, Fred Van Bleep and some stuff to go play with with Luca, Tari, Cam, Tari Jabbar to go play with Luca, and we pair up LeBron and KD. Could have been done. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even going to dwell on that, but it could have been done. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Obviously, yeah, that would have never happened. They're not going to give up LeBron. It's all hypothetical. We know it didn't happen, but I'm just saying it could have been a possibility that LeBron and KD paired up right here in Houston, and it's still not a definite no that it won't happen. It's just that as of right now, it's not on nobody's radar. But I do have some legitimate news for you. And what is this news? This news involves one of the most consistent players, I would say, over the course of the past, how many years? I'm going to say like 9 years. A consistent bench player that has,
on this game right away and all the way through it in different ways.
at any given time, Jeff Green has been ready to come on the court and provide valuable minutes. And I don't think it's a bad move to go ahead and sign Jeff? I think it's a to bring Jeff back. Obviously, him and KD play together. I don't think that's a reason to bring back Jeff Green. You know what I mean? Because him and Steven Adams, we basically got an older version of the Thunder right now. They might as well bring back James Harden, Russell Westbrook. We got Jeff Green, James Harden, Russell Westbrook. You know, even Serge Ibaka, Steven Adams. You know, get everybody. You know what I mean? Just bring everybody back. Collison, everybody. You know, bring back the whole team. But um, big move, man. See this little guy running around right here with the headband on? The big move for the Rockets this offseason could very well be re-signing, well, not re-signing, but yeah, but signing Jeff Green and Aaron Holiday to lower contracts. How low of a contract? How low of a contract? What's good for Jeff Green and Aaron Holiday? What's a good contract for Jeff Green and Aaron Holiday? You know, how do you feel about bringing these guys back and essentially, you know, kind of running it back, for lack of better words? You know, you saying what if I want to if I got KD, I got Fred VanVleet, I got Steven Adams. Do we need Jeff Green? Do we need another veteran on the team at this point? I mean, obviously you want a guy that can come in. Now listen, when you talk about a consistent player, I'm never scared that Jeff Green is going to miss a three. I'm never scared that Jeff Green is going to miss a two. I just don't know if he's going to, you know, is he a force multiplier? Does he do anything that, you know, is Jeff Green doing anything that makes you say, hey, you know, Jeff Green is the guy we got to have? Has he ever been that guy? I can't say that Jeff Green has ever been the guy that I have to have on my team. Um, 50% from the field, 37% from three, 81% from free throws. I mean, is he very close to being a 50, 40, 90 guy? Kinda. 50, 40, 80. You know, 50, 37, 80. So would I cry if we just brought back Jeff Green at a what, $3 million, 3.3 million, that minimum? You know, continuity. I wouldn't cry about it. And the the Aaron Holiday thing is not a bad idea either. The Aaron Holiday is not a bad thing either. I mean, besides the fact that Aaron Holiday looked like oh happy days, oh happy days when my Jesus was. I don't know if that boy gonna hit the high note or what them boy call city high. He either look like them or like the clips. All the niggas looking like to me. Yeah, or Negroes. You know what I mean?
Don't be alarmed, Renee.
All them, all them Negroes. But hey, look, I'm 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 cool with bringing back Aaron Holiday because at the end of the day, let me tell you something about Aaron Holiday. Nothing flashy, nothing flashy. Nobody in his nobody in his family just is just flashy, just got mad wiggle or any of that stuff. But he's quick, still got the little speediness to him. He still play tough basketball. He don't mind getting in the lane and mixing it up. He will hit the three. He can shoot that rock. He can shoot that rock. So, you know, you can't just really just say we don't need him. You know what I mean? But I mean, is it a thing where Jalen McDaniels could have been better? I think even Jalen McDaniels could still come to the team if we offered him the non-taxpayer, right? Is that right? The non-taxpayer thing. So we could still sign Aaron Holiday and we could still sign Aaron Holiday, Jeff Green, and still be able to get a player like Jalen McDaniels. Now, why would we need another wing player? I don't know. I don't know. If you're asking me what we need, we would need another guard, preferably a guard that can really just light it up, a bigger guard, you know, um, a bigger guard that can really just shoot the ball, man, like that can really just, slap the laces off the ball would be another wing player because you really got Cam. And don't get me wrong, man, Cam can light it up. Cam can light it up. And I hope he's not in his feelings all summer long about last year. We're gonna find out what Cam Whitmore is made of because Michael Jordan got cut in junior high, I mean in high school in 10th grade. You know, he came back to be the greatest player ever. And we've seen players have bad first years, bad second years, or good first years and bad second years, and not get in their own way and just really take off and do what they have to do to be great players. But if Cam Whitmore lets this become his downfall, it doesn't matter if he goes to another team and plays good for 3 or 4 years. He's going to be attached. He's going to have a stigma, you know, um, attached to his name where it's always going to be bad attitude, bad attitude. And let me tell you something I know about people when they have authority over you. They feel like it's their job to poke you. When people have authority over you, they feel like it's their job to poke you. If they know you have a bad attitude and that you don't like the fact that you don't play, guess what they're taking away from you every time they get mad? Got it. And that's going to follow him through the league. Not only that, but if they feel like they can get under your skin by not letting you play, guess who loses money when that stigma gets attached to their reputation? You got it. So Cam got to get out of his own way. Now we don't know, man. We don't know what went on. We heard he may say, you know, we talked about, and I'm doing air quotes. That's why it's we talked about what it takes to get on the court, and you know, Pops thinks his defense. I don't disagree with it. I don't disagree that this is defense. You know, um, is he one of those guys that just don't get it? He just don't get it. His mind just, you know, don't know where the rotation is going. He don't know where that guy is going to. And I don't know how can you play basketball, bro, and not know what the guy's finna do on the other side if you've seen him do it 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? Like if you play 2K, bro, and you play against a guy 4 times this year and you play him next year, you're gonna be like, okay, I know this dude here like to crossover, and shoot threes. He gonna back up and shoot the three. Oh, he gonna cross over with LeBron James 62 times and then try to go baseline. Oh, he finna. You see what I'm saying? So like, if you know what plays these teams run, and you got film, and you got a coach prepping you up before the game, telling you exactly what you need, and you got teammates who can help you when you on the floor, and you 235 and athletic, and you still don't play defense, and your ass need to be on the bench. I can't even vouch for you, bro. I can't even vouch for you, but you can fill it up. So when we talk about, hey, we might need that bigger guard to play alongside of Fred VanVleet or to play, you know, minutes here and again. Because obviously when Reed is on the floor, you want to have a big guard on the floor with Reed. And that's where Armin can really slide down and play in that position. And then you have Reed, Armin, and KD, you know, maybe Jabari and Steve-O in the lineup with Reed Shepard. Um, which is kind of maybe not too good because you don't want to get Steve on the island. He will slide. That boy that will jump into position on you if you get to playing with him. You act like he ain't trying to get there. He'll be there. But you think for a second that it's not gonna be. I mean, it's literally gonna be. Um, it's gonna be a monumental year for Cam Whitmore. Period. Period. Either he's gonna have a breakout year with Ime and Kevin Durant on his team, or he's gonna regret it. He's gonna go to another team with his attitude and maybe either blow up or maybe either fall off. But whatever happens, this is the year that'll make or break Cam Whitmore. So after this year, I don't want to hear nothing about we need Cam. Because it was guys last year that was ready to get rid of him. Not me. I G for Cam. I feel like Cam got potential to be that boy. His shot, y'all hear me talk about it all the time, man. This dude's shot is lightning quick, and it's that shot, man. It's one of them ones where he can catch it at his waist, and it just automatically goes into position. He don't have to adjust his body, nothing. His frame is like a box, and he shoots outside of it, inside of that box like he's supposed to. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even believe that people realize how good Cam shot really is. Like people talk about him because he can get to the goal, and people talk about him because he can dunk when he want to, but nobody really realizes that if Cam was to get up 8 threes a game consistently, if Cam was to legitimately shoot 8 threes a game, he'd be an all-star. I don't really care what nobody say about that. I don't really care what nobody say. If Cam shot 8 threes a game, he would be an all-star. But I mean, Aaron Holiday shooting 39, almost 40% from three, and 83% from 83% free throws. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's not bad. 12.2 PER. That's not. It's not bad. It's not like you need him all the time, but he is part of the stay ready team. We got them guys that we call the stay ready team, and they be ready, and they come in and they do what they're supposed to do at a very efficient and effective rate. Now, if I was to slide over here and look at their defense on the other hand side of it, my one hand side of it, much more louder than my other hand side of it. Now, if I was to slide over here and look at his defense, son, if I could find a steal, if I could find a steal for Aaron Holiday, it would be amazing. If I could find, hell, he do got a block. He did get a block um, against the LA Lakers, 2 turnovers and a block, 4 assists that game. Played 24 minutes also, so 2 threes, 2 for 5, shot almost 60% from from the field goal percentage and 40% from three. So this is what makes them stay right here minus 16. But this is what makes them, valuable players because when you have a game like this where, you know, he can come in and have valuable, impactful playing minutes, and it's not like we was gonna win the game. We was gonna get smoked because that was one of the games that nobody was really we really wasn't really we really weren't pushing as hard as we could have been at the time, and we got smacked that game, but still shot 40% from three, and he was obviously was jacking. You were five 3 pointers, you know, in 24 minutes. That's that's close to jacking for Aaron Holiday. You know what I mean? Because you're not the 3 pointer, you're not the 5 3 pointers in 24 minutes guy. So I'm gonna slide over here real quick and I'm gonna check around and just make sure that my chat not popping because I don't want nobody to be in the chat thinking I'm ignoring you. If you pull up, feel free to hit the link. If you got something you want to say, feel free to say what you got. Say what you want to say. Um, you can come on up here and speak your mind. Go ahead and get it off your chest, man, because it ain't gonna be a lot going on. And I'm gonna tell you like this: it's not gonna be a lot of people just jumping on just to talk Rockets, like I'm gonna jump on and talk Rockets. Shout out to all my guys, you know what I mean? But I know, you know what I'm saying, I've been around the community for a long enough time to know that. It's enough love to go around because you really can't step on nobody's toes. Nobody gonna really just sit up in here and chop it up with you just for the sake of chopping it up with you, like I sit up in here and chop it up with you. So if you hit the stream, you want to come up and chop it up, come up and chop it up. And you know, I still pull up the sites, man. I still pull up to other people's sites. I pull up and chop it up with, you know what I mean? Um, but reason I'm saying it is because you have to look at it at face value, bro. This season, this off season, this free agency, much to do about nothing. If you're waiting on big news, I tell you what you do. Drop a comment. Drop a comment if you think the Rockets are going to do anything before summer league, other than sign Jeff Green and Aaron Holiday to a contract. We'll have that non-taxpayer mid level that we could do something with, but the thing is if they decide to do something with it and slip up, Rudy to the Tootie, and be in that first apron, it's not gonna be a good look, bro. Not gonna be a good look. It's a ton of things they could do, man. And this this season could be very interesting. It could be. I just don't think it will. I mean, the season, yeah. I actually think we get off to a good start. They haven't dropped the schedule yet, but I think we win like 10 in a row out the gate. I don't think nobody beat us the first 10 games. We come out, everybody healthy, everybody excited because we got KD playing with full energy. One thing we know about it, Jabari gonna come out like it's game 7 because the pressure on. Now the pressure's on for us to win, and Jabari plays good when the pressure's on. So Jabari's gonna be at the top of his game early in the season. He might have a drought later in the season after he start overthinking stuff again, but when he just come out and play like the pressure's on, Jabari's gonna be looking. He's gonna be looking very good at the beginning of the season. He got his twin. They're helping that twinning. They're gonna be baller. You gonna have Aaron Holiday
running around. He gonna be running around shooting threes. I'm running around. I'm shooting threes. I'm a little bit of dude. I'm running around shooting threes.
You know what I mean? Him and Fred Van Vliet.
We run around. We shoot threes. We little. We 5'11". We run around. We 5'11". Shoot threes.
And then on the other hand side, then you got Steve O and LP. They're gonna be doing their thing. So they're gonna be bodying. All in all, I think, you know, once the season get to jumping, it's gonna be different. But as for right now, until summer league, we can have some dreams. We can have some dreams. And ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it because you put the right thing out in the ether. Don't let Professor Dave hear me say ether, man. He gonna come debunk me. If Professor Dave hear me say ether, he gonna come debunk my video. Hey. He gonna be on there talking about because Jabari Smith gonna not shoot threes because of reasons. Hey, look, but we got an opportunity. We just throw stuff out there, hope it stick, because obviously, you never know when somebody listen to the stream and they be like, "Oh man, I ain't really think about that." But I always assume that your general manager is thinking about every possible thing, you know, because I've worked with good managers, in all different fields. I worked with good managers in all kinds of different fields, and all the good managers never stop managing. They always thinking ahead, 2, 3 years. Okay, I'm gonna do this. That'll get me through 2026. Now I got this, and this lined up through halfway through 27. If anything change, I might go this way, that way, and they have all this planned out. And now, if something go wrong, they always got a counter move and ready to adjust, you know, to what might happen. But they do have a plan for what they want, just in case, to make sure that it's going to be consistent throughout that time span that they plan for. That's why you hear people talk about 5-year plans, 10-year goals, this, that, and the third, because good managers putting that, you know, 3, 4 years down the line all the time. Now, did Raphael Stone start last year thinking that going into the 25-26 season, that in the free agency, he would be just re signing Jeff Green and Aaron Holiday and maybe bringing back Jay Sean Tate and whatever else? I doubt it. I think he had plans to package those guys up and move them at some point or another. I definitely think um he had plans to package Jay Sean Tate and get him somewhere. I wonder, was Jay Sean Tate, did he get signed under Daryl Morey, or was he Raphael Stone's actual first move? No, because Jay Sean Tate was there with Harden. He was throw the ball at Harden head. Pause. He was there, in in the Harden jump off stuff. But I don't know if he came that, yeah, because he was a rookie then, right? Because he came to play with Harden, and we got all them guys. But anyway, Jay Sean Tate was probably supposed to be moved along with these guys. And you look at around the league and you say, if I need somebody to come in and play 6 or 7 minutes, who's better? Who's better if I need somebody to play 6 or 7 minutes? And you can't really think of guys that's, you know, gonna come in and be as consistent as a Jeff Green. Maybe it's somebody that can come in and be better than a Aaron Holiday or better than a Jeff Green. But just as far as I'm coming in for 6 minutes and you know exactly what you get you're gonna get these threes. I'm gonna make these threes at a high clip. I will go in here and boom on you because even though I'm 37, I still got a little Boyan in me. I still got a little Boyan because he was an elite jumper over the course of his career, and he ain't he didn't lose it all. He might not try to do it as much because obviously I seen him take that floater when he went baseline in Utah, and instead of just elevating on that baseline like he would have, he took the little floater and made it. The old Jeff Green would have took off on him. The old Jeff Green would have took off, try to knee you in your forehead. But I mean, hey, look, who else is out there? Who else is out there? Who else? I mean, that we can get with the Josh Okogie. If they split the MLE between Aaron Holiday and another defensive minded wing like O'Shea Brissett or Josh Okogie, that would be cool. You got Kevin Love. I don't think we need a really a stretch big. Kelly Olynyk, you know, that would be like our version of Isaiah Hardenstein because Kelly Olynyk don't have to be athletic and he still know how to ball. Kelly Olynyk always gonna know how to ball until he just get too old to play. Jalen McDaniels, Lonnie Walker the fourth, DeLon Wright. Now look, DeLon Wright could be a sneaky. DeLon Wright could be a sneaky pickup. The reason why is because DeLon Wright is an elite defender on the perimeter. At 6'5", and I mean combo guard type player. Um, can switch between the two and the point. I think. Let me just go look at his stats a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I think his biggest problem is he just not a good shooter. You know, he's just not a good shooter. But as far as being able to play defense, hey, he that boy. He definitely that boy on D. Um, how long he been in the league? Couple years, not too many years. Let's see. So drafted in 2015, so 10 years. You know, could be a good backup. Could be a good backup. You don't if you don't need him to shoot. But I mean, at the percentage he's shooting, you know, what's the difference between him and Almond? Ah, but like I say, if you need a big guard to play defense, well, we gave one away that we got from Boston last year. We gave him right to Utah. Utah stacked up. I don't think here's another one. I'll tell you another two good ones. Gary Trent Jr. I'm okay, but Nicholas Batum and Precious Achua. Those could be two very good pickups. And I just said I don't really need another wing player, but Nicholas Batum is a shooter. Nicholas Batum is a shooter. Ask me how I know. I myself, if I had to bet that if you put Nicholas Batum in the game, he was going to make a three or two threes, I would bet it. I would bet it. Nicholas Batum can flat out shoot the rock. He's not as good a defensive player as he used to be, which he was a very solid defensive player. You know, a couple of years ago, but he still can shoot the ball. He still can space the floor, and he's a smart defensive player still. He's still a smart defensive player. 43% field goal shooter from three. 43 from field goal, 43.7 field goal percentage, and 43.3 from behind the arc, and an 81% free throw shooter. So if you needed to just get another shooter in there, and it's like, okay, Nicholas Batum wouldn't be a bad pickup. You know, he don't. He also don't need a lot of minutes. He's not really passing the rock when you give it to him. He will. I mean, if they stop him from shooting the three, he'll give you the ball back. But he trying to get in there and jack that mug up. And he gonna make it when he shoot it. Jesus. All right. He had some very good 3-point shooting games, a couple of bad ones. Um, you know, over the course of his career, he's only had a couple of bad 3-point shooting games. The majority of his games that I'm looking at right here, all above 35%. Like you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games since 2009 where he was below 35% for his career. Not games, but over his career. He's never really shot below 35%. You know. So Nicholas Batum could be a good one. And if you really wanted to say, like, you know what? Our defense has been, what we hang our hat on, then Precious Achua, you bring that aggressiveness back that we lost with Dylan, you bring that fighter back into the fold. You go get Precious Achua, and he can also be that, that enforcer type, right? And Precious is still, in that age group that would match with our team. And he don't have the big contract stuff to go with him, but he only 25. So a player like Precious Achua will really fit in as far as defensively, keeping with the Ime Udoka, brand. And what we want to do as Houston Rockets as far as, beat you up, touch you up, be physical, scare people. You got to come in there and get physical. And I wouldn't cry about Precious Achua or Nicholas Batum. Now, Gary Trent Jr., here's the thing about Gary Trent Jr. He really was looking good at one time. I remember Gary Trent Jr. was like, we thought he was gonna be that boy. I thought that Gary Trent Jr. was gonna be a lot better than what he has been playing like. But he kind of tapered off, you know, as far as his ascension and just, getting better, getting better, getting better. And he just kind of tailed off somewhere in the middle. But yet and still, you know, a 3 and D shooting guard that can get you 40% from behind the arc. You know, 43 from field goal and 41 behind the arc, shooting right at 85% from the free throw line. So can you cry about that? Can you cry about Gary Trent Jr. getting you 40% from the 3-point line? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think Gary Trent Jr. is a bad, you know, I don't think Gary Trent Jr. is a bad pick at all. If you had to say, would you rather have a Gary Trent Jr. or would you rather have a Gary Trent Jr. or would you rather have Aaron Holiday? Who you going with? Who you going with? Gary Trent Jr. or Aaron Holiday? I'm probably going with Gary Trent Jr. I'm probably going with Gary Trent Jr. You pick Aaron Holiday.
That's some dysfunctional shit.
Yeah, I know we need a point guard to back up Fred Van Vliet, but we got Reed Shepard. What we don't have is a legit shooting guard. Like we literally don't have a shooting guard at all. No, I mean, tell me who the shooting guard is. Well, the shooting guard is whoever gonna shoot the ball. Well, you put Armand out there, you put Fred out there, and they just play. No, that's not. That's not why he got an S by his name. One dude got a P. One dude got a PG. One dude got a SG, and they do different things. And your PG can also be your SG because he'd have to pass the ball to himself in order to do that. And if your SG is only a drive to the goal and try to get it off G, listen, not looking super good. But if you can bring in a Gary Trent Jr. on that, let's see how his contract would. On that non-taxpayer joint, he could come off the bench and do work. He could come off the bench and do work, really. And if Cam get to tripping, and we need to plan. I mean, if we had Gary Trent Jr., he would probably be our shooting guard off the bench automatically. He would come in with Torrey, and our defense would still be popping. You see what I'm saying? So if we starting the Fred VanVleet, Armin Thompson, Kevin Durant, Jabari Thomas, Jabari Schmidt, and Alperen Şengün. Then we would come off our bench with Tari Eason, Gary Trent Jr., you know, Cam and Reed would be our next guys with Steven Adams. They would be our practice B team, I guess you would call it. So if you were playing the starters against the second group, that second group would consist of Reed Shepard, Gary Trent Jr., Cam Whitmore, Tari Eason, uh, 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 Steve Adams, right? Still ain't a bad squad. And I kind of think with Gary Trent Jr. and Reed Shepard and Cam Whitmore, you got some guys out there that can fill it up. You got some guys who can shoot that rock on that second unit. And then Gary Trent Jr. and Tari Eason coming in, playing D, and you got Steve O getting the rebounds. Not a bad look. Not a bad look, y'all. So that's pretty much where I'm at with mine, man. That's pretty much where I'm at with mine. I'm looking at it and I'm saying none of this might not go on, bro. None of this might not go on. The Rockets might sit there on their hands and twiddle their thumbs all the way until summer league. Roll out there with Reed Shepard and Navale Dante, any kind of undrafted guys they got, and some G League players into summer league. It's really gonna get crazy because Reed Shepard gonna be playing in summer league with the guys he played with in Rio Grande Valley, and he was the best player in Rio Grande Valley. So summer league is gonna be brutal, brutal, because he gonna have guys coming at his neck in summer league. Ain't no Cam that'll save him this year. Ain't no in there. Nobody's there to help him. He is just gonna be out there with Navale Dante getting cooked. Nobody there to save him. He might only play a couple of games. I don't think he's gonna play the whole summer league. You know how they have you play the first two and then you sit out the second two or whatever. Some joints like that. But if Reed is gonna play in the summer league, uh, feel for Reed, man. Even summer league is gonna be whack. So I just think this could be the. I think this could be one of the ever. That's what's on my alarm. That's what's on my radar. I seen it. I looked outside on my beep and I seen it. Nothing smoking. If by some chance they get James Harden, Houston's gonna ignite because obviously it's gonna be exciting when it's exciting, and when it's not, it's gonna be miserable. If they get LeBron, championship. if they some kind of way come up with Giannis before the season, I mean, we could just throw the parade. We could just line up the cars. Everybody just rent slingshots and spiders and convertibles, flatbed trucks, you know, buses, and we can just throw the parade now. You know what I mean? Immediately. But I don't think none of that's gonna happen. If none of that happens, if none of that happens, then the best thing that can happen is, I think, getting a player like Gary Trent Jr. to fill that shooting guard spot off the bench. Now, I would like to hear what you think. I would like to hear what you think. I would like to hear, whether or not you believe um I would like to hear whether or not you believe, you know, the Rockets should go after Kevin Durant or what? I mean, not a Kevin Durant, Gary Trent Jr. You know, wait for LeBron. I mean, not wait for Giannis. Try to get a LeBron. You know, get James Harden. How many of you guys think we should go after James Harden? If you think we should go after James Harden, don't leave a comment. If you think we should go after James Harden, don't leave a comment. How about that? Now, if you made it this far, like and subscribe before I get into this last little clip. Because I am going to give you a little clip of this right here. You know why I'm going to do this? Because I think it's important. I think it's important that saying, what is it that makes a great? Huh? What are you talking about, bro? What you mean what makes a grape a great? Not a great, actual great. What makes a great a great? What makes a great player a great player? I don't know. Well, I do. It's, for one, it's the marketing, it's the branding, it's the knowing that the camera is always on you. When you know the camera is always on you, then you know that, look, I got to go ahead and flex sometimes. Sometimes I got to put on. I got to do stuff in a way that lets people know that I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. I'm tired of talking to y'all about this. I'm tired of saying the same thing over and over again. So I'm gonna just show you better than I can tell you. Why am I cold? Why am I nice? Why am I who I think I am? Do y'all know who I am? Y'all don't know who he is. You must not know who that is. This is Kevin Durant getting up shots 24 hours after the trade. And you saying, hey, look, okay, where he catching that ball at? If I'm a point guard, let me tell you what I'm doing. See, if I'm Fred VanVleet, I'm studying these shots. I'm watching everything he does. Ooh, that's, hey, that's Nice right there when he put up foot on the line, KD, with your toes. But baby bubble, get your foot off toenail off the line, baby bubble. You can't do us like that. Oh, you stepped on the line again. Hey, look, if I'm Fred Van Vliet when he catching those balls in the post, I'm studying exactly where his hand is at when he's catching that ball. Like literally, I want to know exactly where he catches the ball at. Exactly, like right there. Boom, that's a good catch. That where you like the ball at in that hand right there. Boom, catching it like that. Look right here. Snap. It's there. 1, 2. Boom. Ball should be there. Look, I would show you something, but I ain't gonna spoil you because I don't want y'all to know how I get down. But I can tell you 2 or 3 things right there that if you're a real live true point guard, you can help KD out better than these guys that's helping him work out by getting that ball a little bit higher to the right. We make it a little bit easier for him to get that ball and get that shot off. But they don't have to be able to do that. That is Durantula. That is the Slim Reaper. That is what makes him great. Because 24 hours after the trade, he's controlling the narrative. Is what they do. I am literally the I do me, I chill and I hoop. I do me and I chill. I hoop and I chill. I literally am going to show you who I am. You talk about leading, you want to be a leader, and he's putting it out there. Like you talking about, I'm not a leader. Look, swak up, swak up, swak up, swak up. What do I got to say? You see the clips? You see what I'm doing? 24 hours after I got traded? You see what I'm doing? Do it. Do I got to call you and tell you that, hey, if I'm doing this and you want to be as good as me, you should be doing this? Or do you feel like because the media says I'm not a leader, that what I'm doing is not valuable? Think about the point. The point is, this is what I'm doing 24 hours after getting traded. If you want to be as good as me or better than me, this is what you should be doing. That's what a leader does. He put it out there for you to look and see. And what I think not only is he being a leader because he's putting it out there for you to take it and get better, he's being a leader because he's gauging, he's checking the temperature of his team. He put that out there, he's shooting shots, and if the players on his team not getting workouts in, guess what? Now he know when he get the ball, he know he finna shoot it. He know he finna shoot it. Cause ain't nobody else got no clips shooting no shots. And I'm pretty sure he got people that's going on Instagram checking and seeing who putting up shots. Everybody probably not getting the buzz he getting, but I'm pretty sure, like they say, he got rabbit antennas or whatever. He got old school antennas. They call them rabbit ears. Put them old school on there. You put the foil paper on the top of your TV, and then not on top of TV, but you put the rabbit ears. You plug them in the back, and then you put the little foil paper on the tip. Touch the tip to the window. That way you can get service. Hey, they say he got that. They say Kevin Durant got that. So what that mean? That mean when he putting up shots, he's gonna know if the rest of his teammates is working as hard as he is. And if he's not the verbal kind of leader, he don't have to be. Because he has enough leadership qualities to know that if I put up these shots, you're not as good as me. Your ass needs to be putting up shots. And if you're not putting up shots, he know you're not putting up shots. That's what a leader can do. See, when I was the leader on my job, I don't work there no more. Not because I just, you know, took my little hiatus when I took my hiatus. But I didn't always go around telling people what the hell they should do. I just did certain things and watched and see who was gonna do what I did. And if you didn't do what I did, then I'm a leader because I know who I can and can't depend on. See? Now I know that if I do this and then I see you do it, and you know you're not as good as me, but I see you do the stuff that I do, then I'm a leader because I know I can depend on you. See, I don't have to say all the hoopla, hoopla, blah, 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 yakety, schmackety. Shoot, go shoot. You need to be shoot. You need to be crossing over. You need to tap, tap, tap. You need to dribble, dribble, step back. Ain't nobody got time to be saying all that stuff, bro. Look at these clips. Look at these clips, money. Look at these clips. Let me run them back for you one time so you can see what I'm talking about. Look at these clips. And I ain't talking about tell them haters don't get into this. Them days of slanging yeah been finished. Them days done been done ended. Okay, boom, boom. Pivot, pivot, up, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 1. Oh, what do you do? What's that? Bump, bump. Hey, look at this right here. I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all something right here. Hold on, hold on. Let me show y'all something. Hold on, right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Catch the ball. Up, travel. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Why did I say it's a travel? I'm gonna tell you why I said it's a travel. I'm gonna tell you why I said it's a travel right here. This why. Hold on, let me tell you why I said it's a travel. 1, 2, 3, and then, hey, I don't care what nobody say. Just because you do it in the NBA and they don't say nothing. Was it a bounce pass? Let me see. Oh, that was a bounce pass. Okay. But he still took and then dribbled. So I guess it wasn't a travel because it was out the bounce. But all right, all right, all right. Wow. Man, that's nasty. That's nasty behind the back. Oh, that's nasty work. Your face out my face. A little mini sham. Okay, they got it. They dialed that one up. Catching it right in his pocket. That one right there was a little bit on the inside. I don't really like that too much. You could have got it on the outside, but I guess you're coming from over there. So, but look, that's what I'm saying. You getting them shots up? Watch this. Boom. Hey, all I'm saying is when you're getting them shots up like that, you can't really ask for the dude to just run around talking to everybody, man. What is it that he got to say? The dude, he did his part. He did his part. He already went up there. He already shot his shots. He let you know what you need to be doing because because you see him. Because you see him. And hey, look, I don't think it's a big deal if you don't think he needs to talk. I mean, if you think he needs to talk more and you don't like the fact he not talking enough for you, and you think Kevin Durant is not a leader, maybe you're not a good follower. And guess what? In order to be a good teammate, you still got to be a good follower. Even in order to be a good leader, you still have to be a good follower. Yeah, I said it. I said it. You think the best leaders weren't great followers? I'm a leader, not a follower. I'm a leaderer, not a follower. But I'm also a great follower. Yeah, I mean, I know you might not get it. It's a nuanced conversation, but you got to think about it. In order for me to lead, I have to be following something. It might not be another man. It might not be a trail, but it's something. It's something that I have to follow something, some kind of structure, some kind of guideline, some kind of system, some kind of map, some kind of course, some course correction, ideology, philosophy, something that I'm following that makes me a great leader. And I think that's where you learn how to be a great leader because I can look at a great leader and say, yeah, Malcolm did this, Martin did that, Stokely did this, Jimmy did that. You see? And that's how you become a great leader. Not because they actually led me, but because I'm able to follow them in such a way that when I go out, I can be a leader because I've seen great leaders. And it's the same. Why? I mean, it's important because that correlates to what I think the Rockets core have to be able to do, especially Cam Whitmore. Cam Whitmore should be able to look at KD and say, "Hey, this dude don't talk a lot. He's very quiet, very subtle, very chill, laid back, probably on that 100 to pool. But he go out there and do what he got to do. Maybe I need to eyeball that. I need to siphon it. You gonna siphon it? Be great. You're not gonna siphon it. You're not gonna get great. You waiting on him to come to you and rah you. He gonna do that when it's time. But what you can do is when you seen them clips post, with the clips post what, two a day yesterday, them clips start posting of him shooting 24 hours after the draft after he got traded. Cam Whitmore should have been shooting, doing the same workout that they see him doing. Cam Whitmore should have been doing the same workout immediately, and then went back door, right back door, and posted it, and then doing defensive workouts and posting it, even if he ain't posting it. But you gonna let them know, hey, look, boom, I'm getting it in because I see what I can see what the objective is. You see what I'm saying? My perception is such that I know what my fault is, what my fault has been said that it is, and I'm on my objective is course correction. So even if I don't have to keep coming to you talking to you about it because I'm not the kind of big you type ninja. I will go out here and do these defensive workouts. I will go out here and do the things that you telling me I need to do. I will show you that I'm working on it in the off season. So now if we get there and it ain't done, you can at least see that I worked on it in the off season. Why do I say that's important? Because you just see the guy that's supposed to be the greatest scorer of all time working on his scoring. So if you got a problem with defense, and the coach and people are saying that defense is your problem, and the coach saying you know what you, if that's what he's talking about, I don't know, but I'm just speaking on what people been saying. If they talking about that this is the defense, then what you should have been doing was you should have been showing the coach that, hey, I'm working on my defense over the summer. How do I come to that conclusion? Because the guy that they just brought in to be the killer, to be the top of the food chain, that's what he's doing. So that's what they respect. And if you're not doing that, you could be looking at him as a leader and saying this is what they respect. Anyway, man, let me get up out of here. Hey,
That's some dysfunction. Son of a... That's how you supposed to shoot. From now on, that's how you shoot.
I'm out.